Thank you very much, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Prime Minister, Senator Wong. Yesterday, you could not confirm whether the 2,000 homes that the Housing Minister said were completed by the Housing Australia Future Fund were built or acquired. Do you know today if those 2,000 homes were built or were they acquired?
Great question.
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Well, Senator, I'm very pleased that you like me so much that you keep asking me the question rather than the representing minister. And I also am pleased that you give me the opportunity to again remind everybody that you are standing in the way of 80,000 homes. I'd like to remind all the young people in the galleries that this gentleman here is standing in the way of more homes being built.
Minister Wong. Order. Order. Senator Bragg.
President, this is a point of order on relevance. The question was whether the 2,000 homes had been built or were they acquired by the government.
Yep. And the minister has just order. The minister has just hang on a minute, Senator Wong. The minister has just got to her feet and begun to answer the question. I will listen carefully. And if the minister is not relevant, I will draw her to the question. Minister Wong.
Thank you, President. Senator Bragg, the advice I have is that more than 500,000 homes have been built nationwide since Labor was elected. More than 4,000 homes have been completed with Commonwealth investment, and 28,000 are in planning and construction stages. In their decade in office, the coalition built 373 social and affordable homes. Congratulations, Senator Bragg. Oh, well, that really is quite an achievement, isn't it? 373 homes in a decade.
Order.
And now
Order across the chamber. Senator Watt. Minister, please continue.
And I again remind Senator Bragg that his first housing policy of this parliamentary term is the opposition to 80,000 homes.
Minister Wong, please resume your seat. Senator Bragg.
So this is a point of order on relevance. The question was quite clear about the split between how many had been built by the Commonwealth and how many had been acquired by the Commonwealth government.
Thank you, Senator Bragg. I will draw the minister back to the question. Minister Wong.
Thank you, President. Well, the advice I have is more than 4,000 homes have been completed with Commonwealth investment. 28,000 are in planning and construction stages. I would make the point, Senator Bragg, as you would know, you delayed and opposed the Housing Australia Future Fund. So therefore, the fund only announced its first round of funding in September 2024, and obviously this has delayed the construction of many homes for Australians.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Bragg, first supplementary.
Thanks very much. Well, Minister, obviously buying houses rather than building them would make the housing crisis worse. Yes. So I ask you again, for the second time, can you please clarify if the HAFF is still purchasing homes in competition with Australians?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong. Would you like the... Just start the... Order! Senator Bragg, I'm not asking you to go into commentary, simply to repeat the first part of the question.
No, it is my apology. I was distracted and I just missed the first part of your question,
and I've asked Senator Bragg just to repeat the first couple of sentences, please.
Question. Okay, well, the first part of the question is, as you know, if the government is competing with Australians in the market and buying houses against Australians in a hot market, it's going to make the problem worse. So
you're not really repeating the question, Senator Bragg. You've
asked me to repeat it. You get the gist.
Thank you. Minister Wong.
I think I get the gist of it. I mean, the senator is making the very good point that the housing supply does affect pricing, which is why it is passing strange that he has been so opposed, along with his colleagues, to adding to Australia's housing supply. So on the one hand he says, well, government shouldn't compete in the market, making the point that supply does affect affordability, but at the same time he opposes the government's attempts to put more supply into the market.
Senator Wong, please resume your seat. When there's order in this place. Senator Bragg.
It's a point of order on relevance. The question was quite clear that we wanted to see clarification as to whether the HAFF is still purchasing homes in direct competition with Australians. It was quite clear.
Senator Bragg, you will recall I asked you to repeat the first part of your question. You chose to add commentary. The minister is now being relevant to all of the comments that you've made, including your question. Minister Wong.
Thank you. Can I again make this point? The coalition complains about housing affordability, but the coalition wanted to abolish the Housing Australia Future Fund, which would have added more supply, thereby making houses more affordable. The coalition also this term has opposed the build-to-rent policy, so standing in the way of 80,000 homes. And now the coalition wants to pretend they care about housing.
Has expired. Order. Order. Senator Bragg, second supplementary.
Well, as we didn't get an answer to that question, the question again is, can you please clarify if the Housing Australia Future Fund is still purchasing homes in direct competition with Australians?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
I'll take the question.
Order.
Back up to the legislator.
Thank you. The point about direct competition, because that really goes to the issue of supply. And the problem is, Senator, is your position is utterly illogical. So what you are saying to all of these young people is you oppose adding to supply, you oppose government engaging in the housing market to try and add to supply. These are facts which you do not like to hear,
Order.
aren't they, Senator?
Minister Wong, please resume your seat. Order. Order. Senator Ruston, the order applies to you. Senator Bragg.
Point of order on relevance. The question was quite clear. We're seeking clarification as to whether the Housing Australia Future Fund is purchasing homes in competition with Australians. It was a very clear question.
And the minister is being relevant to the question. Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Senator, can I tell you what we want to do? We want to deliver Housing Australia Future Funds. President,
Order.
may I answer the question?
Order. Order.
Is this? Thank you.
Minister Wong, please resume.
These are the Housing
Minister
Australia
Wong.
Future Fund
Minister
projects.
Wong, please resume your seat. Order. Order. I want there to be silence for the next 23 seconds. Minister Wong.
These are the Housing Australia Future Funds projects in your state, Senator Bragg, which you don't want to see delivered. 580 in Marylands and Regents Park, 144 in Maroubra, 221 in Macquarie Park and Lane Cove, 16 in Coonabarabran and 10 in Casino and South Grafton. These are what you are standing in the way of.
Thank you, Minister.